All right, hello and welcome back. You can see I got the hat back on. Yesterday it was 50 degrees, sunny. Well, not sunny, but I guess it was warmer and windy, but still fairly warm. And today we got that. Yes, more of that. Not a lot, but still enough. It's cold enough for it to do that. So, well, the other day I was scrolling the internet on an auction site, and it's a website that shows auctions in your area and whatnot, and found one that had car parts advertised. So, you know me, had to see what they had. Well, yeah. So anyways, after a while later, yep, yours truly decided to bid on a lot of things, and the wife and I went and picked it up yesterday, and we took this because I'm like, that's what it's for, kind of. It's haul stuff in, and yeah, we could have took the Tundra, but this thing gets a lot better mileage, and honestly, we had some other errands to do after work, or after that, and this is easier to park and maneuver around parking lots. But what I didn't realize was how much I actually bought. I don't know if you can tell, but it's got a little squat to it. And yeah, so not only did we go and get all this stuff, but then after that we had to go to the grocery store, and then we had to go to another store and get some stuff. So I had to pack all of that stuff in with this stuff. So this poor little car was definitely overloaded last night, but it made it home. And this morning, the plan is to get all of that, put it here, and then eventually probably back there until I can get this done, and I don't know, get it sorted and see what all we got. So I'm probably going to go ahead and just put everything in here and stack it up here on the floor for now, and then I can close the garage door because it is chilly and windy. So let me get that done, and then I will show you and explain to you what all we got. All right, so it's unloaded. Everything's in the garage, and so I've done this before, and I'm gonna do it again. A huge shout out to my wife. Bless her heart. We went yesterday and get all this, and she was just like, "Oh my, how you gonna get all this home?" Well, we did. She didn't complain. She didn't tell me I'm stupid. She didn't tell me any of that stuff. So thank you, my dear. I appreciate you riding along in this madness I have. So as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title, none of this stuff is our normal stuff. We normally don't deal in this kind of things. Growing up, my dad dealt in this kind of stuff, and he would go and get it at auctions. Of course, he was paying a lot less, but it had a lot less value, so it kind of, it is what it is. But he would deal in this stuff, and we would go to swap meets and set up, and it was his side hustle, and I think he did fairly well. So that's probably where I get this from, is that's what I grew up around. I don't know anything about any of this stuff other than what I paid for it. I did look up a few of the items as we was bidding, so I kind of have a little bit of an idea. Some of this stuff will end up on our eBay store, and then some of it will end up at Carlisle in July. And I know it's a Chrysler meet, but I feel as though, like, some of the stuff, and I'll show you as we go through it, I feel as though some of the stuff isn't, it's not brand specific. So hopefully maybe there's somebody, people there building a hot rod or a rat rod. So that's kind of what the majority of this stuff is. I don't foresee any of it being for a restoration per se. Some of it maybe, and we'll get into that again too. But a lot of the parts from this era, a lot of these cars from this era are so cost prohibitive to fully restore that you can buy one that's already done or buy one that's already original nice for less than what you're going to spend restoring one. So I think a lot of these cars, that market is no longer really there. These parts are for the 30s, 40s, 50s, maybe some 60s, but majority of it is going to be 30s, 40s, and 50s cars. Now there's still a huge demand for stuff, and those cars still have a big following. But what I'm getting at is, like, one of these items in particular I know is for a Studebaker, and nothing against Studebakers. I think some Studebakers are cool. But the reality is, back to the whole, somebody will spend way more money restoring one than they would just to go buy one that's already done. That's when it turns into a labor of love. But financially wise, it just doesn't make much sense. However, if a person has one that they're not trying to restore, they're just trying to make it a cool cruiser and not concourse, that's where these parts come into play. So, we took a chance. I took a chance on this, and the further we get back in the video, the longer this video goes on, there is some good stuff here, or I feel as though it's good stuff. But it's one of those deals that you have to take, what you get. And I won't disclose what I paid for everything. But I feel as though if you take all the lots, the lots that we purchased, we are right about $20 a lot. And some of those lots had multiple items in them. Like, I'm looking at this box here, and there's 1, 2, 3, 5 pieces in that. So now you have $4 a piece in those parts. So even if I take them to Swap Meet or Carlisle and I get $20 a piece, well, that's a pretty good profit, and for what we have involved. So from this point forward, the only cost I'm going to have is the little stickers that you put on for your price tags, and then of course you have your cost to set up and fuel and time, but that's you can spread that out amongst all the items you take. So it doesn't really affect that single part a whole lot. It's probably pennies by the time you do, the total setup. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling because, as you know, I can talk and talk and talk, which is really strange because talking on this camera, I have gotten used to it. I feel hopefully I've gotten better at it. I don't know. Maybe I haven't. Maybe you want me to shut up more and just show you the goods. Or maybe you just want me to not do this kind of stuff and just do turbo parts. But one more thing on that. As a business, which we are a business. And I feel as though, yes, turbo Chryslers are our main bread and butter, and that is our forte. However, I feel as though as a business, if you don't take chances and you don't kind of try to grow beyond that, the turbo community, nothing against them at all, but when you're in a niche market, and that could be for any car, when you're in a niche, smaller market, your chances of growing are narrow, or slimmed way down. So you kind of have to not veer away, because we're not going to stop doing turbo cars by no means, but you have to kind of add and bring more to the table. And we'll get into more on the table at a later date. But that's like this Subaru that I'm sitting beside. Never had a Subaru, so we're taking a chance. But fortunately for me, I know that what we have in the car, the chance we took is pretty minimum. We'll be able to get, I can part it out and probably make 3 or 4 times, my money at least. And then of course you got other items on the car, the catalytic converters, and the car itself going over the scale. So we're good on the Subaru. But like, we bought the Volkswagen Beetle, the Hyundai Accent. We've had a Nissan Murano. I don't remember what else. So, you got to kind of play a little bit when it comes to that in order to continue to grow. So I'm not going to go in full details on what every single part is. I'm just going to kind of give you what I see real quick, and then we'll go from there. So radios, we picked up some radios. These are original. Like this one here's for a Chevrolet. I don't know what. That's where Google Lens or Google search, whatever it is going to come into play. I'll be able to hopefully figure out what it is. This one's a Ford radio. And any of this stuff, I don't know specifically what it is, what it fits. But it's an AM radio. It's got the knobs and pretty nice looking faceplate. It's dirty, but it looks like it's decent. This is a Motorola solid state. It's probably aftermarket is my guess. It's not an original radio. But again, you know, if somebody's wanting to build a hot rod, rat rod, whatever, you know, then there's a chance that might bring, I don't know, whatever. So these I thought were cool. These are under dash heaters, and these probably would have been from like the 30s. Again, I'm not sure. We're going to do, you know, be doing more research, but this one here looks neat as all get out. It's got a cool band here with the red trim or orange trim. And then in it might be a tractor, I don't know. But it's frozen up, you know, naturally. Oh, there, it's got something on there. I'll look at that later. But cool looking piece. And there's actually two of those. This one is more of a gray color. So you can see how they worked. I'm not 100% positive. I would assume it had a flame. And I don't know if it was propane or what it was used to fire it up. But we'll get into that later. I'm just showing you what we got. This says Chrysler right on it. This is got Chrysler Corporation right on it. So we'll be able to hopefully figure out what this fits. But cool vent, and there's the back side. Maybe this one here might have ran off of coolant, and then some wires for the blower motor. You know, all this stuff needs to be repaired. So, you know, none of it's perfect, but it's still cool to have. This one here is cool. McCord. But look at these. These little vents flip open like this, like so, to open up to get the heat flowing through. That's neat. This is probably from the 30s because it's like Art Deco style. Again, we'll go digging more as we go along. These pieces are heavy, so bear with me here. This has got a tag. It says 54 Buick on it. It's a radio and speaker. You know, it's rough. It's kind of ugly, but you know, it's all there as far as from what I can tell. The knobs are here, and the buttons are all here. And believe it or not, it feels like the buttons mostly move for the most part. I wish. Oh, some of these things are kind of heavy. This radio, I'm not sure. It's got an S, so possibly Studebaker. I don't drop it and break it. Yep, Studebaker. Again, I don't know what it's for. This one is awkward. Huge. That's another. It's a Buick radio. It appears that it's got a different knob. So my guess is that knob would be original. And this one is aftermarket or something maybe. Who knows? Buttons may be froze. They do move a little bit. So, but again, like all this other stuff, it's not perfect. And neither am I. So, there's that. So, another heater. Cool looking style. Similar shape. No idea what it says, but it does have something on it. My wife probably wants this in the house. Somehow it got mixed in here. And then I'm not going to dig them all out, but there's 3 more heaters in here. 1, 2, and 3. I'm not going to dig all of them out because they are awkward and heavy. This radio, another radio, got a cool knob in the middle. I don't know what it does. It's froze, but maybe. Trying to see if it says what brand it is. I don't see one. Another Studebaker. Another Studebaker radio. So we got one of these too. These are Model A dash bezels. And we got 3 of them there. And this one actually has a gauge. Can't make out what it is, but there is a gauge there. Oops. So this is another radio. It's pretty rough, but maybe good parts for parts if somebody has one they're trying to redo. You know, like maybe the knobs are cool. They got like a red or orange. I don't know if they light up or if they're just like a orange lens looking like a marker light lens. Got something there, but I think it says antenna. Motorola. So probably not brand specific. A cool Firestone Air Chief heater, I think. Makes sense, is what it would be, a heater. And then, again, sorry for the video quality. It's hard doing this by yourself. This is a Dodge. It says Dodge AM radio on it. I don't know what it fits. Probably from the 50s, I'm guessing. And then another cool Firestone Air Chief heater. So that's some neat stuff. All right, moving on. I had to move that box out of the way. Another radio. Again, another one of those knobs. Maybe another one that's good for parts. You know, who knows? Stuff's getting stuck. I do not see a brand name on it anywhere. But this one here, move some of this out of the way, is marked a Buick. It says okay. I don't know what that means. It's 12 volts, so it's obviously probably from the 50s. But it's a cool little radio there. Or not little. It's a big radio. Imagine, it's amazing how these things technology has changed all of this stuff through the years. It's really neat to see, even just through this. Like, this is a newer radio, but not new by no means. But compared to the size, compared to that, compared to this, just in that short period of time. So this says Rambler all transistor. So maybe it's an aftermarket Rambler company, or it's an AMC. Again, we'll find that more out on that later. I didn't really want to know what to do with these. This is a little gas can. It probably was on like a lawnmower at one time. But I don't know if a person building a rat rod, if they would be able to utilize these. There's 3 or 4 of them here. This one's kind of rough, but they were cheap, so I took a chance. This one is actually plastic, but it's got a cool metal bracket, so maybe a person can still utilize it for something. Some of these guys that are out here building, or people that are building these hot rods, man, they're very creative with their stuff, and some of the stuff they can come up with is make stuff with, like they can take that and make something with it. It's pretty awesome. So that's what we're hoping to find. Another Motorola radio. Doesn't really say what it fits. And then this is a cool radio. Look how big this thing is. I mean, that's my hand. That's the bare space. I don't know what it fits again. I don't see any markings on it. And then this big radio. It almost looks like it's digital, but I highly doubt that. It's just hard to read the numbers. They're in there. Hard to see them, but yeah. Got a cool reddish color to it. It's almost the same shape as this one, but this one doesn't have a brand name on it, so who knows. And radio wise, I think we're getting to the end of those. We got this other one. Looks like another one that was similar back to there earlier. So there's that one, and I think one more. I don't know what this says. It says WA. True Tone? I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out at a later time. So, what else? We got all this to go through. Looks like there might be another radio snuck in down in there. So, this is, I think, Model T dash bezel. This is your ignition, and it's actually got, it's stuck, but the key is there. Amperes and oil pressure gauges, and then, is that a cigarette lighter? Possibly, but cool piece. Let's see. This is another one of those red radios that we had earlier. So let's get those put away, and we'll keep moving on. Oh yeah, look at all them tubes, and there's the speaker. This one's got the screws missing, but still neat to be able to see the inside. Mirrors. These are all external rear view mirrors. They got a cool shape. That person can clean those up. You can get them re-chromed. Or again, it's got the screws. So again, it could just be cool for a hot rod, rat rod. You know, most rear view mirrors on these cars are round, where these are a rectangle. That's kind of why I was adamant on getting these, because they're just neater, I think, personally. So there's several of those, different widths and diameters and stuff like that. So all right, so these are running lights. Would have been on like a big truck or something. This is glass. The lens is glass. And I thought this lens, I think, is glass, and this one's plastic. This one's glass as well. It's red, and there's the red plastic. They had a bunch of lenses, and I was bidding on them, but man, they just kind of went for dumb money, and so I had to just quit. I couldn't see what they were going for. Another Model A, I think. Ignition, got an oil pressure gauge and amperes, but the lens is broke. I would assume a person can get new glass for the lens, especially in today. And then this one here, it's upside down. I don't know what it's for, but it's another cool piece of a person, you know, building a hot rod. And it's got a gauge in it as well. So, all right, so this box, more dash bezels. This one's got the speedometer in it, and it was just spinning. And then whatever goes here, and then of course the other pieces. So this little box, I'm not going to go through every piece in here. This is just a hodgepodge of just miscellaneous lenses. Didn't pay much for it, so I wasn't that concerned. And then same thing here, just some side reflectors. Probably not worth a bunch, but I didn't pay nothing for it, so we'll take it. And those are definitely going to Carlisle. These two boxes, and I'll price tag each part. So more dash bezels, ignition switches. There's another key. It's cool that they had the keys. And then some more. These say Model T. Those are all Model T. Just because they're for Model T doesn't mean a person can't, you know, put these on whatever they wanted. Just got to find the right builder. So some more square mirrors. This is a hood ornament, but no idea what it's for. It appears it's missing a piece here in the middle. We did get some of those. There's a Swan, but it's broke, missing the wings. They were priced reasonable, so we picked those up. And then this one here, obviously he's got something going on there. I don't know. Made up as being scrap, whatever. And then these are some interior dome light lenses. They're milky colored, milk glass colored. And again, maybe somebody will use them, maybe they won't. And then this is another hood ornament. And then I haven't taken them apart, but they're luggage racks that go on like the side running boards for like a Model A. Oh, excuse me. I bought those. If a guy's building a rat rod pickup, those would be cool. Clean them up and put them, in the bed of your pickup to hold like a cooler or whatever. Be neat. I thought anyways. This is a bunch of interior rear view mirrors. But I thought there was more. There is more. Interior rear view mirrors, again. No idea what they're from. Well, like this one here actually has written 65 to 66 Mustang. Probably get that repop. So, just keep that from falling over. Lots and lots of mirrors. Probably more mirrors than we'll need. But hopefully we can take some to Carlisle and bring some back. Bring less back than we took. That's the plan. This little box I thought was neat when it was listed. It's various gauges. I got a sneeze. Alright, so this box is a bunch of just gauges. There's a clock, another clock. Oh, looks like mostly clocks. They was advertised as gauges, but it's all clocks. Again, you never know. Somebody might want them. Alright, other than a few miscellaneous boxes like probably this one and maybe this one, now is when we start getting into the better stuff in my opinion. So these are tag lights and reverse light for a pickup, I'm guessing. Could be a car, I don't know for sure. Again, I thought they were neat for a rat rod. A rat rod pickup, like that one's red, so that's cool. You gotta have a tag no matter where you live, at least on the rear. So, and then these lenses I thought was neat. This one's plastic, but it's still cool. Cool black back. There was no stop light lenses that say stop in this auction. There's none that I saw. But these are neat. And then another bigger one there. This box. Oh, it's just old horns. I don't know again what they're worth. I didn't pay much for them, so I wasn't going to be that worried about it. I figured back to the whole rat rod, hot rod build thing. So we got another Chevrolet radio. And let's do these real quick. These are cool. These are gas pedals. Accelerator pedals. I don't know what they fit. My assumption is Model A. And again, it looks like an an old iron. And then we got a Pontiac radio. I don't know, I can't tell. Another Pontiac. And then this one is another Buick. The radios are probably one of the items I overpaid for. So, but it is what it is. I'm going to step over there because I can reach these easier. Alright, so one more box of just kind of a miscellaneous. These amber lenses are neat. Fog light lenses. There's a pair. I think they're a pair. No, there's a pair. This is the other one, I think. I think those two are a pair, and then there's some singles. So, and more radios. That's what we needed, was more radios, right? I only have enough of those. Another Buick. Honestly, looking at this, I probably should let the radios go. But whatever. It is what it is. Too late to complain now. It's bought and paid for. All we can do now is hope to get most of our money back, if not all of it. Cool little Datsun radio. That one might be a little value. Unknown. Another just a Philco. Oh man. And then I don't know. We'll get into that one later date. So those are the radios. Are we bored yet? Are we tired of looking at radios? So these next boxes are what I feel as though are the coolest pieces. To me, it's amazing that these pieces still exist, to be honest with you. These boxes are all full of glass headlight lenses. I think that's what they all are. There's several. There might be one box in here it's not. So like this is for 36 Ford. These say Ford right on them. They got the Ford emblem down there. I don't know what year. We'll figure that out later. This one's another one. There's another pair in there that say Ford. Another dome light or dome style lens. I thought there was another box or two that wasn't headlights. There's another pair of dome style lenses. Try to be as gentle as I can with these because obviously I don't want them to get broke. So this box is inside mirrors. It's hard to see. Lighting on this side of the garage is not the greatest. Just a miscellaneous little sun visor mirrors. Mount them on your sun visor. Again, for the rat rod. This one's cool. This one here's got mileage record. You can write on there. Start time, finish, service record, oil, lubrication, and battery. That's neat. This one's got a plastic edge, battery, oil, grease, mileage, time, and gas. Neat piece. Just another blank one. This one's got a logo on it, but I don't know what it is. It's upside down. Probably just an aftermarket, I guess. And then Oldsmobile. That one actually has a manufacturer on it. And then this one's broke, unfortunately. It probably isn't worth anything. So, back to, oh, we got more of those. Back to the rest of these. So, there's another one, kind of faded. Again, another one that's faded, but it says Studebaker. Another one that needs some TLC done. And then just a blank one. So, back to these. Some more dome style headlight covers, lenses. This one here is a big one. And there's actually a pair. I think most of these were at least in pairs. There's another set. Another set. Another set. And then these ones, I looked these up, or tried to. I think these are 41 Dodge. And those look like they were very valuable. So that might be the highlight of the day. So what did we end up with? Bunch of stuff, whole bunch. Me and my dumb ideas. I say me with my dumb ideas, but at the end of the day, like I said earlier, if you're not willing to take a chance, sometimes, then you're doing the wrong thing. You know, I'm not a very aggressive business per se. I'm not out there throwing, stuff in people's faces. I don't knock my competitors. I have had, this is just recently actually, a little rant. I always have a rant, so I'm not going to say who the person is because that's just not who I am. I'm a better person than that. But there's one guy in particular on one of the groups. He is dead set against the fact that we have a business that is related to these turbo cars. And that just, I would think that if you were a true fan of these cars, you would be encouraging, because there's not many of us out there doing this. So to you, I know you're not going to watch this, but to you, I hope good things come your way. So, because they're going to come mine, because I'm not going to stop because of your negativity. So with that said, we'll let that go. But anyway, got to continue to grow, got to continue to expand, got to continue to learn, got to continue to try. I'm not going to stop. The only time I'm going to stop is when I'm physically not able to do this. I get depressed, I get upset with myself at times. If sales are slow, I get, like, man, is this worth it? When this weather's cold, I really want to deal with it. When I get home from work and I'm tired, and that's like, I don't want to go deal with parts, but you're never going to get anywhere if you don't keep trying. I have failed sometimes, but I have succeeded more times than I have failed. And just keep trying. That's all I'm going to do. If buying these parts was a flop, it is what it is. I'm not going to sit there and cry about it. Keep on moving. We'll find the next thing. So with that said, sorry for the poor video quality. Sorry for the rambling. And hopefully we get to see you at Carlisle. Definitely looking forward to that. J67 through 70 is our spaces. We have 4 this year. And I'm excited. I've already actually started making up totes of just random miscellaneous pieces of stuff we've had laying around. Price tags and trying to get ahead of the game. I have 3 A555 transmissions. One has sold, but I don't have a deposit yet. But one is sold. I have 2 more available. We have all these wheels, door panels, etc., etc. If you follow the Facebook group, Carlisle pre-sale 2025, we're going to start posting things on there. Hoods, body panels, etc. We have all of that for these turbo cars. And then, of course, if you see anything in this video that you're interested in, all of this stuff is shippable. However, if you're going to be at Carlisle and you see something you want, let me know. And as of today, and I'm going to post this video probably tonight, I don't spend the time to edit and chop out the crap scenes and all that. You get it live, unedited, freestyled. And but so what I'm getting at is this stuff is not going to be listed within the next couple of days. It's going to take me a little while because I've got other things ahead of this. So if you see something you want, message me, and we'll see if we can come up with a deal. So like, follow, subscribe. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you making it this far along. And until we get to the next one, we'll see you later.